Under the Southern Cross by Frane, Lessac. On Phillip Island, penguins waddle up the beach, heading for the dunes, under the Southern Cross. Little penguins are the smallest penguins in the world. They are only found in the Southern Hemisphere. Each night, they swim to shore and waddle up the beach to sleep in their burrows. Little penguins are sometimes called fairy penguins. Penguins are flightless birds. Instead of having wings, they have flippers to propel themselves super fast in the water. To steer, they use their webbed feet and pointy tail as a rudder. Penguins have short legs and large feet. To move forwards on land, they toddle from side to side in a rocking motion. In Darwin, families snuggle in beanbags and deck chairs to watch movies and munch popcorn, under the Southern Cross. The deck chair cinema is an outdoor movie theater under the stars. Some special cinema guests aren't there to watch the movies. Bats circle overhead and cheeky possums run under the chairs to steal people's food. The decky, as the locals call it, is only open during the dry season, when Darwin's nighttime temperatures and humidity are at their best. Near Boulia, a mysterious light bounces and bobs, and chases scared travelers down the road, under the Southern Cross. The Min-Min lights are a bizarre outback mystery, although scientists claim that the ghost-like glowing balls are in fact just nature playing a trick on people's eyes, a simple mirage. Travelers have reported seeing these eerie lights while driving through or camping in the outback. Some say, if you chase the lights, you will never return to tell the tale. The lights are named after a sighting about 100 years ago, when a spooky ball of light appeared over a grave located in the Min-Min Hotel in Boulia, a small town in outback Queensland. In Melbourne, a mark is taken, a goal is scored, and the fans go wild, under the Southern Cross. The Australian Football League, AFL, is a winter sport played between two teams. It is a fast-running, kicking, and handballing game. It is also known as Aussie Rules Football or Footy. In 2017, the inaugural Women's AFL League played their first season. The AFL Grand Final is played at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, MCG, and can attract more than 100,000 fans. At Mon Repos, tiny turtles scramble down the beach and paddle out to sea, under the Southern Cross. Mon Repos Beach is near Bundaberg in Queensland. It has the largest loggerhead turtle rookery in the South Pacific region. At around 8 weeks, the hatchlings crack from their eggs, dig out of their sandy nests, and head towards the ocean. Life is tough for the baby loggerheads. They have many predators, and sadly, only 1 in 1,000 become adults. Female loggerhead turtles come ashore from November to January to lay their eggs. Each female usually lays about 125 eggs that look like squishy ping pong balls. In Brisbane, the Ferris wheel spins up to the stars for a sweeping view of the city, under the Southern Cross. The Wheel of Brisbane takes riders high into the sky for a magical view of the city lights, the Brisbane River, and the back of beyond. The wheel is nearly 60 meters tall, twice as tall as the trees below. On the river at South Bank, the luminous lantern parade welcomes people from around the world who are new to Queensland. The gigantic glowing lanterns carried along the river bank is a once-a-year treat. Near Adelaide, the Milky Way speckles the sky and wishes are made on a shooting star, under the Southern Cross. The Milky Way is a large galaxy with 100 to 400 billion stars, give or take a star, and 100 billion planets, including Earth. A shooting star is not actually a star, it's a meteor, a rock from space, burning up as it enters Earth's atmosphere. The Heights Observatory in Adelaide welcomes keen wannabe astronomers to use their telescopes to gaze at the Milky Way and other galaxies. In Sydney, fireworks burst into thousands of sparks, then float down in a glittering shower. Ooh, ah! Under the Southern Cross. Sydney's fireworks celebration on New Year's Eve is one of the most viewed displays on the planet. The spectacle is watched by hundreds of thousands of people lining the shores of Sydney Harbour and over 1 billion people watching on TV. Fireworks are launched from the harbour bridge, city rooftops, and barges on the water. The fireworks used to have cool names, like Sizzling Lemon Comet, Crackle Bombette, and Midnight Snow with Blue Pistol. There are 2 fireworks shows on New Year's Eve, an early one for the children, and the big one at the stroke of midnight. Around Broome, the full moon rises and leaves a staircase of gold, under the Southern Cross. The staircase to the moon appears when the moon's reflection shines on the mud flats at low tide, and makes the water look like a staircase leading up to the moon. This natural event can be seen along the northwest coastline of Australia between March and October, when the moon is full. The muddy mangroves of Broome are home to fish, prawns, crabs, birds, snakes, and occasionally saltwater crocodiles. You don't want to get stuck in the mud here. Near Hobart, ribbons of color swirl and twist and dance on the horizon, under the Southern Cross. Auroras display in a rainbow of colors. They can appear as green or yellow, sometimes orange and red, blue, and even pink and purple. The color is caused by different gases in our atmosphere. The aurora australis, also known as the Southern Lights, occurs when particles from the sun collide with gases in Earth's atmosphere to create a dazzling light show in the sky. The closer you are to the South Pole, the better chance you have of seeing an aurora. That is why Tasmania is perfect for aurora viewing, but sometimes they can be seen from the Australian mainland too. In Perth, nets are full of flipping and flapping prawns, a tasty catch, under the Southern Cross. Prawn fishing in the Swan River is a perfect way to cool off on a hot summer's day. The prawns have large eyes that glow red in artificial lighting, making them easy to spot with a torch. For years, prawn numbers had been dwindling, but recently, Western Australia started the world's first prawn restocking program. Millions of young Western school prawns are now being released back into the wild. On the Daintree River, with a sweep of a flashlight, crocodile eyes are shiny red dots under the Southern Cross. Cape Tribulation in the Daintree Rainforest is one of the oldest tropical rainforests in the world, around 200 million years old. Crocodiles have a layer of reflective crystals at the back of their eyes that glows when a torch shines on them in the dark. In the rainforest, there are cassowaries, tree kangaroos, ringtail possums, spotted-tailed quolls, snakes, frogs, and lots of creepy crawlies. Near Alice Springs, a campfire crackles as Auntie shares stories of the ancient stars under the Southern Cross. Australian Indigenous peoples have many traditional stories about the night sky and the Southern Cross constellation. These stories have survived for over 60,000 years. For this reason, many believe that Indigenous Australians were the world's first and oldest astronomers. Indigenous Australians also use the night sky as a calendar. The position of the stars can show when the seasons change and when it's a good time to hunt or gather food. In Canberra, the crowd stands in silence while the bugler plays the last post, lest we forget, under the Southern Cross. The dawn service is observed each year on Anzac Day, April 25th. It commemorates the first landing of the Australian and New Zealand troops at Gallipoli on that day in 1915. The service remembers and honors all those who have fought and died for their country. The Australian War Memorial is both a museum and a memorial, where Australia's military history is brought to life. The last post and a reveille. are played by a lone bugler at the Anzac Day dawn service.